Are you ready to become yourself? For years, dozens of people from all walks of life have turned to this one man, Leslie Tanner, desperate for the tools to reshape their life in our raised, godless world. Utilizing a unique blend of good-natured humor and brass tacks education, his innovative approach has helped innumerable people reach new levels of consciousness and personal power. Leslie Tanner, a controversial but selfless and massively influential figure, defies categorization. Since he and his life-changing program rose to fame, the expert class has desperately attacked him as a clown, snake oil salesman, or predator, attempting to silence him precisely because he is so effective at helping others become happier and more powerful in their own lives. From the most challenged, the mentally ill, handicapped, women, and mentally retarded, to the most successful athletes, entertainers, business owners, medical doctors. Regardless of your station, Leslie Tanner has committed his life to giving you the tools you need to transform your life. So, are you tired of being in near constant emotional and physical pain? If you could snap your fingers and have $1 million, would you do it? Is there a you buried deep inside whose power and will yearn to be expressed?
It's a whole life-changing program.
If they get half of what I got out of this program, they're going to have a much happier life.
It was fun. I really loved doing the program. I loved learning about myself. It was just amazing.
So if you have an interest in transforming your life once and for all, come along. I have so much to show you. In a moment, you'll have the opportunity to call the number you'll see on the screen and speak to me, Leslie Tanner, directly. Together, we'll tackle the most critical issues related to unlocking your true individual power and reaching your fullest potential. Let today be the first day of the rest of your life. Welcome to Explorations.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Tonight we're diving headfirst into a depth of water that is all too avoided by claiming to be the most effective personal power programs on the market. Of course, there's only one of those. But ladies and gentlemen, that's not for no reason. Tonight we go headfirst into the realm of bargain. Tonight I need to hear from my bargain hunters. That and much more, tonight on Explorations. Good evening, my explorers. How are we all doing? It's me, Leslie Tanner, host, creator, and founder of the most effective personal power program, Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Guys, welcome one and all. Beautiful Thursday night we're already having. I can feel the energy from the chat right now is absolutely electric. 100% electricity coming from you all. How's everybody doing? Let's check in. Let's check in with you all. Of course, I can't do this without you tonight. Namaste. How we all doing in chat? Wonderful stuff. Wonderful, wonderful. Explore time, bargains, Pepper Tree. I'm being electrocuted to death by the program. Excellent. So we're having some fun. I like that. I like that. I like that. So we're having some fun. I see some humor in the chat already, and that's telling me that we are ready. We're primed. We have primed the pump in a spiritual, mental, physical sense. We are here ready to commit ourselves, ready to explore, ready to engage in that trademark mixture of both work and play as we tackle yet another critical topic in the realm of being, in the realm of unlocking the true potential that courses through our veins, ladies and gentlemen, and that is bargain hunters. Now, I know many of you, before I get into my big spiel about bargain hunting, I know that many of you are not doing well, be that financial, of course. A lot of you, one tub lifestyle, I see a lot of you kind of doing a lot of pathetic stuff, pretending that you have two tub lifestyle without really stepping up to the plate and showing that you've done the work, that you have been blessed by the universe. You kind of strut around you kind of strut around your little penis. And there's plenty of little penis struts happening in the chat, but listen, those are exactly the people I want to talk to tonight. Exactly the people people are those of you who are just weak. Those of you who have had terrible lives. I'm talking about maybe it's your fault. Maybe you have chosen time and time again to sabotage your life and those around you. Maybe you're an alcoholic. Maybe you've got a personality disorder that you know on some level you should probably get checked out, but you've said, no, it's not my fault. I can beat it. I don't have to do all that bullshit. Blah, 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 insert things there. Or it could not be your fault. You could be one of these, you could have been born any one of these minorities that's just by the numbers, destined to have a worse life with a higher rate of suffering, a higher mortality rate, higher infant mortality rate even. Higher rate of alcoholism, higher rate of mental illness, higher rate of poverty, higher rate of this, that, and the other. Your life will not be good. I'm here to tell you that, and I'm here to empathetically connect with you on that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here to give you hope. I'm not here to give you a bunch of Candyland fantasy story time. I am here to give you the program that allows you to tap into the power of the next level. Nothing more and nothing less. And ladies and gentlemen, I've said it since day one. I've said it since the very beginning. Namaste. Ladies and gentlemen, the power of the next level, your true power that is coursing through your veins right at this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, this true power is not a product of something external. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not a product of doing enough push-ups, finding the right meds, getting in the right relationship, going to enough therapy, going to enough church, etc., etc., etc. Ladies and gentlemen, the power of the next level is a function of reality itself. Ladies and gentlemen, reality is such, as so is also the next level. Let me say that one more time. Reality is such, as so is the next level. Now, some of you may find that relieving. Some of you may find that to be frustrating and disturbing. Maybe you've spent your whole life dedicated to achieving something external, only to find that the power of the next level that you know on some level exists, or else why would you be here? You know that it exists out there, and you keep looking for it out there, only to find a mirage, only to feel the sands of what you thought was real disintegrate through your very fingers. Namaste. Or maybe you find it relieving. Oh, maybe I was right not to try. Maybe I was right to avoid that. Ladies and gentlemen, you're actually, the second one was more right than the first one. The first one is pretty embarrassingly wrong, and the second one you've got a leg up. You got a leg up. I'm just going to be honest with that. I know I had a rhythm. There's a lot of rhythm that I was using that kind of made it seem like I was going to say I was going to do that both thing. I was going to say both sides are the same, right? It's the same to try as it is to not try, and it maybe it sounded like I was going to do that, but that's not the case for this time. I am saying that if you did try before you got here, complete waste of time, very pathetic behavior. And if you weren't trying, you have a leg up now. You're actually in a position to sort of tap into that next level much more easily and quickly and readily than the people that have tried hard. So I know, I know I play games with the pacing and all that, but that's just, I'll just be 100% honest about that. Break the rhythm, break everything that I was doing up until that point, and just kind of really underline the fact that if you have not been trying, you definitely got a leg up. You definitely got a leg up. So anyway, I am sipping on a Celsius this evening. Celsius Sparkling Wild Berry. Not my favorite, wouldn't even make my top 5, if I'm being honest with you. I'm keeping it 100% with you. This Celsius, if there's a Celsius rep in chat right now, this one's not very good. This one is run-of-the-mill. You guys got better stuff going on than this. Keep reaching for the stars, because this is not it. Not it. I'm enjoying the niacin and the riboflavin and the vitamin Bs and what have you. A little bit of biotin in there. That never hurt anybody. But as far as the flavor goes, knock knock. Maybe sell your bullshit at the next doorstep, is what I have to say to Celsius right now as far as wild berry is concerned, for me personally. Well, guys, it's me, Leslie. Wonderful to be with you. How are we doing in chat? Let's check in. Namaste. Namaste, you gaggle of goofballs. How are we? Well, I'd like to welcome our newest member of Devoted Light. We have a most recent pledge in the community of Devoted Light, and that is Elon's waifu. Namaste to Elon's waifu. Can we get some namastes in the chat? Very exciting day. I'm so glad that you're with us, hon. And please enjoy the library of materials now available to you. There are so many things available to you. So many videos, so many podcasts, so many music downloads. They are there for your enjoyment. Please enjoy them. Now, guys, like I said, tonight we are getting into, like I said, bargain hunters. Now, we were talking about having a leg up. Yeah, we're talking about having a leg up with the people that don't try, the people that have kind of taken the L, the people that we're talking about our Amelias, right? We're talking about our who else? That poet guy who's got the bone disorder, who just like lays around and smokes weed and writes maybe the worst poetry I've ever heard in my life. We're talking about those types because, ladies and gentlemen, when you have relegated yourself to that rung of being, when you have relegated yourself to that low level, that bottom tier, ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is like to taste desperation. And ladies and gentlemen, if you know what that desperation tastes like, you know how to hunt for bargains. You know the importance of a bargain when you see one, be that financial, be that mental, be it physical, be it spiritual. Ladies and gentlemen, we are taking our losers to the bank and we are brainstorming with them every step of the way tonight. I want to hear from them. How many of you go to Aldi? Cherish 85, sweetheart, I know you go to Aldi. I know you do. I know you know what it's like to shop at Aldi and have to put stuff back still. All right, I know you know what it's like. I'd love to hear from you tonight because we're talking about bargain hunters tonight. Namaste. And speaking of Cherish 85, Communal Vision, Mother Nipple Bottom, you can get cheap pick your own veggies if you go to the farm at night when they are asleep. So we're talking about some old-timey shenanigans. We're talking about that little rascals getting in the garden kind of stuff from Mother Nipple Bottom. Now we've seen Mother Nipplebottom flex the time here and again, and I think it goes to show at one point, Mother Nipplebottom had to pinch some pennies. Maybe putting on like a ski mask and maybe like a striped burglar French outfit and tiptoeing into the farmer's garden and getting the juiciest tomato in the garden. And just getting that tomato and say, oh my goodness gracious, well, this is going to be what a good dinner for my family. I would imagine as an example of something you might have said when burgling a garden. Namaste to you. Like Catwoman. Yeah, sure. Okay. So we're talking about the patent leather. We're talking about the little kitty cat claws and maybe a whip or something. Now that's different. You don't see people like that burgling farming gardens. You don't see that depicted in old-timey cartoons. Now that's fun. That's fun. I appreciate that image. Kind of merging a sort of BDSM and just like good old classic hobo hopping off a train looking for a nice juicy carrot for some calories. Love that. Love that. Who's picking? It's mushroom season and Spectral Sybil's picking mushrooms. She's putting an amazing assortment of mushrooms on her Instagram stories lately. Tremendous stuff. Really tremendous stuff. All these different things. All these weird little wrinkles. It's funny how I would say out of all the vegetables, and this is a big statement, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not making this lightly. I've been thinking about this a lot. Of all the vegetables in the world of vegetables, I believe that given the wide array of different, shapes of mushrooms and what have you, I think that I will go ahead and say that mushrooms are the closest to labial folds. I will say that. Now, is it to the whole pussy? I'm not going to go that far. There's all those weird weird fruits that you cut in half, and it's got the whole thing. It's got the whole pussy and the clit and everything. It just weirdly in the middle of this fruit, right? I've been around the world so many times, and I've seen infinite number of fruits depicting the vagina. But in terms of really capturing the texture, shape, groove of the, especially the diversity of what labial folds can bring, I think that the mushrooms really take the cake. I think the mushrooms really take the cake, which is funny because also then mushroom tip penis, maybe it's the most genital, and it's not even a vegetable, I suppose, but if you say that to me, if you tell me that a mushroom is not a vegetable, moderators, if anybody mentions to me in chat tonight that a mushroom is not a vegetable, I want you to time them out. Full timeouts. I do not give a fuck. Second time ban. Not playing games tonight. If you want to tell me some nonsense about a mushroom not being a vegetable, guess what? I got trained snipers on you. I got trained Tropace is the first one. Time them out. Time out Tropace. Time out. Put Tropace in the corner. Put his little nose in the corner. I don't want to hear. I'm not going to hear that tonight. I'm not going to hear that tonight. And you know what? And I'm angry enough to get. I'm angry enough now to go ahead and get this started. Thank you so much, Mish. Really appreciate that. Moderator, not Mish, really coming through on that timeout. Thanks so much. Yeah, let's go ahead, get that little tickle going, the nice little jazzy. It's called the Mormons, they laid a lot of groundwork for jazz as we've explored many times. If you had to trace the roots of jazz all the way, and it's complicated. The history of jazz is a complicated thing. A lot of parts of the gumbo, as they say. If you trace it back, you always find that path back to Joseph Smith and the Mormons. But one of the things that Joseph Smith gifted us, in addition to the Mormonism as we understand it, and the great American tradition of jazz, Cooker Pie. Namaste. 10 community subs from Cooker Pie tonight. Namaste and blessings to you, hun. Really appreciate that. Extremely generous. Wow, wow, wow. Also, we've got Sociopathogen. The program fucking works, he says. If you're gonna get mad at me for my language, go at Sociopathogen. I'm just repeating what he said. Namaste, Sociopathogen. 30 months in a row. 30 months of your life in the program. Namaste. Mother Nipple Bottom. Question: which fruit or veg does vag smell like? Now that's one. I'd love to see some answers in the chat. Which fruit or veg does vag smell like? And so anyway, Joseph Smith and Mormonism gifted us much of what we have come to understand as jazz in the modern world. And ladies and gentlemen, one particular aspect, you really dig deep, you find his initial notes on the development of jazz and what it was like on the scene when he was there on Ground Zero. You'll find one term that he coined, and you might not even believe this. You might not even believe it to hear this, but he was the first one to coin the term jazz tickle, the jazz tickle. A very light sensual experience. He sort of captured that, put it into words, and historically, he's the first one to write it down. Namaste. Not me saying I wish vaginas were real. Yeah, well, maybe that's something to get into. That's something to get into in a one-on-one. I'd be happy to discuss that with you, because that's kind of that's pointing in the direction maybe some I don't know, maybe something's going on under the hood, so to speak, of the mental apparatus, and we can discuss that. Yes. Cuckoo Pie, 15 bits. Thank you so much, hon. Can't thank you enough for your dogged support of the most effective personal power program in the country. Namaste and thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Cuckoo Pie. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Alex, thank you for the 14 blessings and namaste to you as well. Smells like pussy. Fruit veg smells like pussy. I would have to say yeah, I'm still thinking. Hard-boiled egg is not a fruit or vegetable. Good. That was, you know, a lot of times I say potato. Wow, beautiful Jazz Express. Guys, give yourselves a round of applause. Give yourselves a goddamn namaste in chat right now, because that was I'll go ahead and call that, it wasn't super long, but it was effervescent. I will describe that as an effervescent, sort of sensual tickle. Namaste. Thank you so much for that. Blessings. And you know what? Speaking, or just a little bit ago, I brought up Cherish 85. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and celebrate you-know-who right about now, because this whole month, guess who's Explorer of the Month? Namaste. Namaste. The program has taught me to never apologize, and as far as being autistic, it's not a bad thing. Once again, I wouldn't go that far. I don't know if I said that. Though through the program, I've been more confident in my own skin. I've made some great friends along the way. The program works. Wow, absolutely beautiful statement from Cherish 85. Namaste. Beautiful. And guys, just to give you guys an idea. Not only does Cherish 85's got her, she's in the community of Devoted Light. She's accessing the materials. I sent her a VHS tape of the beauty of nature. I had one left. I had one VHS tape of the beauty of nature, and I sent it to her. So she's got that material at home, ready to pop in the VCR and sit with that meditation. And have you gotten a chance to check that out yet, hon? Cherish, sweetheart, have we gotten a chance to check out the Beauty of Nature tape yet? Because it does have a QR code in there with a link to the video. You have. Awesome. Wonderful. Fran, we are beautiful. I can't wait to get this perspective from Fran. Thanks so much, Fran. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate the perspective, always significant. Always something to really chew on from Fram We Are, and I can't wait to get it on screen. Thank you so much. Here we go, communal vision. Fram says, autism is bad, which according to the deeper meaning of the program's tenets, means it's good. Well, yeah, that's Fram. Okay, so Fram obviously, expressing a pretty thorough understanding of the program here, and within that, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, he's right on, right? He's right on, isn't he? Right? Thank you so much, Fram. I really appreciate that. Poor says, I have no tapes, but I have 2 VCRs. You haven't received a tape? Have you not gotten a tape? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get through some points of order and open up the lines. Okay, so first and foremost, you know this thing. Guys, I love getting stuff from you. P.O. Box 47621, Chicago, Illinois 60647. Go ahead, send me a little postcard, a little letter, any damn ass thing you want. I love getting stuff from you guys. I love checking that P.O. Box, the excitement of getting it, and then I gotta wait to open it on stream and express my gratitude to you. Namaste. P.O. Box 47621, Chicago, Illinois 60647. It's also in the About section in the Twitch.tv profile. So let's go ahead and cover the second point of order. Let's see, what do we got? Guys, if you're looking for the true program materials, you're looking for the meat on the bones. I mentioned the VHS tapes. A digital version of all of our VHS tapes, all of the smaller videos, all of the lectures, all of the Q&As, all of the podcast episodes. Ladies and gentlemen, you can find them at the community of Devoted Light at patreon.com. So I'm not even going to mess around with you, all right? I'm not even going to mess around with you. Some people are not ready for this. A lot of you just don't even listen to what I'm saying right now. You're not ready. Even if you have the money, do not enter my community of Devoted Light. Even if you have a spare $5 a month and you want the postcard, you want the podcast, you want to get to all the videos that you've missed over the years, do not do it. Most of you. Don't. Stay away. You're simply not ready for it. The extent at which your life will transform is just not... is too much for you, and you got to skip. Maybe later on down the line, maybe in a month, maybe in a year, not now. But if you are called, there's the link. Click that link and see for yourself. There are some instructions and some details about how you too can join my inner circle in the community of Devoted Light at patreon.com. Namaste. As Elon's wife who did. And namaste. I gotta update your Discord rule. Namaste. Okay, so guys, let's see what else we got. I think that's all the points of order. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, like I said the other night, we are...
You're connected as the host. Welcome, host.
Yeah, no shit, dumbass. Okay, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, tonight this is the second night that we have introduced a whole new phone system. Yeah, Mother Nipple Bottom is not ready. We've talked about it privately. Mother Nipple Bottom, not ready for the life-changing materials, not ready to have her life transformed to the extent I guarantee that it will. We've discussed this on a personal level. She came to me, she asked me, Leslie, I'm both, I feel called, I feel pulled to your community of Devoted Light, but also I have these second guesses. I'm not sure if I'm ready for this, that, and the other. I won't divulge all those reasons. Some are very personal. It was kind of a weird boundary thing, to be honest with you. The amount that she personally divulged was like, wow, okay, yeah, sure. But I took it as vulnerability. I accepted it, and I said, you're not ready. I thought about it. I processed it as a guru, quote unquote guru, and I said, "Okay, it sounds to me like you're not ready, sweetheart. Listen, let's press pause on that. Guys." So, like I said, new phone system. We have space on hold for you guys to wait. So the line, new number there, 773-974-9585, 773-974-9585. Can't wait to hear you guys bitch about the phone system. Please sound off. If you're just full of piss and vinegar like you were the other night, please sound off, because it's not changing. It's not changing. It's going to be like this for years. And you might as well just kind of get going on it. So guys, like I said, tonight we're exploring bargain hunters. Bargain hunters. I want to speak to my bargain hunters. We're looking for bargains. I'm not going to give I don't want to give too many preconceptions. I want to explore the depth of bargains. I want to find as many bargains as we possibly can. You know, of course, you'll bring to me very small ideas, two-dimensional ideas, and of course, I will use my training and expertise not just as a legally licensed therapist, but also as my training in the martial arts, my training as a musician, my training in pretty much every major spiritual framework on earth. I will use all my training, all my experience, all my knowledge, and I will sort of dive headfirst into your two-dimensional bargain example, and I will explore that in a four-dimensional way. We'll really find a whole depth of experience, a tesseract of bargains. You think an Aldi is scary? You think it smells and it's weirdly organized and there's a lot of disgusting poor people there? Wait till I open your mind to the tesseract of bargains, and then you step inside an Aldi and you will see a depth, a despair of degeneracy that you have hardly even imagined. Mother Nibblebottom, I save my toenails to make snack sticks from my dogs. Interesting stuff. Thank you so much, Mother Nibblebottom. I'll bet they love it. I'll bet they love getting that. I'll bet they love the familiarity of the smell of your toes. But in addition, just the tough. You seem like talking about the vegetables and talking about cooking. You mentioned cooking well a couple times. I'll bet you got enough keratin and biotin, and I'll bet those toenails are like fucking Kevlar. If I'm being honest with you, if I'm clocking the thickness of your toenails, I'm going with some, like stainless steel ass toenails. Is my guess. I don't know if anyone could confirm or deny that. It will teach them to eat. Yeah, beautiful. Already off to a great start tonight. Thank you so much for being with us. Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Tonight we're exploring bargain hunters, hunting for bargains. I want to hear from all my bargain hunters tonight. 773-974-9585. I have hooves. Yeah, okay, interesting. I was getting like a vision of something that was I was like, wow, those are intense toenails. And it makes sense of their hooves. It makes sense of their hooves. Now that you say that, it clears up the vision. And I appreciate you sharing that. Very vulnerable of you tonight. Namaste. 773-974-9585. 773-974-9585. Do I got my water? Yep, got my water. Trusty water. Trusty water. Pepper and Sheeny, thank you so much for the 25 bits and a quote.
There's no penis in the world small enough to justify rape of any kind, in my opinion, as a therapist.
I meditated for 40 days. For 40 days consecutively during a month of Lent. I went head-to-head with some monks in Nepal, and we went head-to-head meditation cage match style. And that's what I meditated on. I was like, I imagined the smallest penis, smaller, and then I imagined, rape, and I was imagining, okay, does it justify it? And eventually, no. Eventually, I decided. Once I emerged from the cave, I was like, nope. As a therapist, this is my opinion. I've worked hard for that opinion, for that bravery. Cougar Pie, tonight we are exploring bargain hunters, hunting for bargains. I want to speak to my bargain hunters. Bargain hunting. There we go. Let's go ahead and get our first caller on the line. Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Hey, Guru, this is Bit Wars. How you doing?
Bit Wars. Brother Bit Wars, it's great to hear you. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. I'm having a great night, high energy night, excited about our theme tonight. What's going on over there? You know, why are we doing good? Why are we doing great? What's going on?
Oh, I just had a really slow day at work, and I got to relax and just kind of catch up on things.
Oh, beautiful.
Felt nice. Yeah. I saw tonight's subject, and it really spoke to me.
Please. I would love this. I'd love to just jump right in and pick your mind. Communal vision real quick, though, before we do, from Psyduck with a gun. I love saving a little bit of Dosh, the dollar store. Yes, please. You can get so many house essentials as well as a little tree or some seasonal decorations. I love saving a little bit of Dosh. What does that mean, Dosh? Is that like a regional word?
Yeah, because I don't recognize it. I don't know. Dollar store is kind of shitty.
Speak on that. Let's start there.
Well, you know, you go there and everything is just kind of shrinkflated. So you're kind of getting what you pay for. So yeah, you're spending $1. Not to mention they, you know, bumped it up to $1.25 for like Dollar Tree, which is a bunch of.
That's true.
I understand, but you know,
I remember
things.
I remember being at a young age, a very early age, and seeing, you know, for the very first time, you know, one of these stores with the word dollar in it, and they started marking up that price. They scratched out everything's $1. They crossed it off, and then once you go inside, it said, you know, everything is around $1 on some sign, basically. And
Yeah.
and I remember it was I just started crying. I started bawling. It was as if I had seen like a dead body. Something very like pivotal was lost that day.
Yeah, you weren't expecting that at all. I know that feeling.
Hey,
you know.
So talk to me. Go ahead, continue.
I wanted to let people in on a couple little things that I do to try and save money.
Please, let's talk about it.
Yeah. So, is anyone else here that, you know, have like their entire diet dictated by like deals at the grocery store where, you know, you're using like an app and you're trying to save money, so you're using all the coupons, and it's like, okay, well, these, you know, 15 items are on sale this week, so I guess that's what my diet's gonna be.
Interesting. Now I'd love to. Now, since you posed that directly to chat, I'm going to send that over to chat. Chat, what are we thinking? Does anybody else find themselves in that position? Talk to me. Massachusetts guy just flatly says no.
Yeah. Groceries are just you know, crazy. You can't go to like Safeway and go grocery shopping. You have to go to something crazy.
Well, let me throw something at you. Let me throw something at you. Onion Plug brings up a really, you know, definitely a poor guy's point, and it rings pathetic, but doesn't mean it's not true. Onion Plug says eating healthy is a privilege. Any response to that?
Yeah, I would love to eat healthier, but you know, I can't afford it, and I think that is absolutely true. I think it is a privilege, not a right. So
interesting,
we're
privilege.
We're eating poor. We're eating, you know, we're eating whatever is on sale.
So talk to me about what would eating healthy be in your opinion? What does that look like?
Eating healthy would be like fish, lean meats, lean protein, lots of vegetables, and fruits, fresh fruits, things like that. But you know, we can't afford to, you know, get all these foods and things like that just for them to like rot. So you buy all the cheap food that, you know, lasts forever in the pantry. Your Cheez-Its, your Triscuits, your cookies, your nonsense, you know, and it's usually a lot cheaper too.
Interesting stuff. Now, ladies and gentlemen, so let's hear, is there anybody in chat right now that maybe feels the opposite of that feels the other side of that's saying, like, actually, this is self-defeatist, poor people shit, and this is part of the reason why poor people continue to be poor. It's because they keep thinking stuff like this.
Sometimes people want to eat poor. People want to be poor to save money and be richer. In the end, they're willing to take a hit to their diet, or all these other things that are like bargain basement things. Like, for instance, there's a thrift store that I'd love to go to that's near here. It's a hospice thrift store, so I imagine that everything that's in there is pretty much everything that belonged to someone that died that didn't sell at the estate sale over the weekend. And man, oh man, can you find some deals over there? Let me tell you, I actually found a copy of like a Zelda game inside a dumb like mahjong puzzle game, and I came up like $40 on that. That's money being made.
Money in the bank, wow. And basically just having to just kind of steal from a dead body, essentially, with a little middleman. Sociopathogen communal vision, just get good at stealing.
That's definitely a thing. I kind of grew out of that, though.
Interesting. And thank you so much to the anonymous gifted sub to Agenda Free TV. Ladies and gentlemen, Agenda Free TV doing tremendous work over there. Larry Picklejar with a communal vision. Wow, it is good to see that name. Ladies and gentlemen, is it not good to see that name on the screen? And we got a communal vision coming up in about an hour. Okay, there it is. Communal vision from Larry Picklejar. Caller, as a boring caller and a cheap fuck, did you come in your pants when you saw that Zelda game?
Fuck yeah, I did. I opened that thing up and I immediately closed it, looked over my shoulder. I was like, hopefully no one saw it. But the place is just run by old people. They don't know any fucking better, and I love it. I will absolutely take advantage of that.
Love that. And
then, I'm sorry I'm such a boring caller, but you called me for what I am.
Listen, Bit Wars, listen, this may have been boring, but you got to start it on the right foot. Sometimes somebody's got to get up there and get terminated like you just were. Namaste.
You.
I got to reset up the hotkey on that termination. I got to do it manually. Namaste. So Larry Picklejar, one thing that you will notice, ladies and gentlemen, that the price of the termination, and you're free. Let's get some bitching about it going. Let's get some complaining about this thing that you don't have to do or pay money to do at all to enjoy the show. Let's go ahead and get some complaints in the chat right now for me. I'd really appreciate it. But you'll notice that the termination has gone up in price. That is because it is now much more permanent. It is pretty much the entire show. There will not be anywhere near the rate of call back. So if you get termed, you're pretty much done, because we got a whole queue system now. We're screening calls and we got a queue system. Right now we got a line of calls to get through. So if you get termed, you're dead in the dirt for pretty much the entire night. That's why it's a little more severe. So yeah, like I said, let's get some complaining going. I'd love to see you guys bitch and chat. Okay, so we got our next caller. Elon's wife, who wanted to talk about bargain hunting weed. Namaste. Elon's wife, how are we doing tonight?
What's up? I'm eating a laser focus gummy.
You're eating what was that?
A laser focus gummy that I got at the store. It tastes like orange.
A laser focused gummy?
Yeah, it's like it's by like Ollie or whatever. You know that vitamin brand you get at the store?
What is it? Yeah, I know the brand. I was just curious, what does laser focused gummy mean? That sounds so interesting. Tell me more about that.
Doesn't it? I know. It says get in the zone and think sharper. Ginseng, alpha, GPC, and B vitamins.
Oh wow, I love a B. Listen, you can't get in between me and my B vitamins. I absolutely love them.
Right? They make you pee bright yellow.
Yeah, I save that pee too. Did you know that if you save that and you can pickle carrots in it?
Yeah, and then you can resell it as Mountain Dew.
Well, I never thought about that, but that's some truly innovative stuff. Thank you so much for sharing that. Also, welcome to the community of Devoted Light, formally.
Thank you.
Yeah, namaste. Namaste. But there's plenty of stuff for you to explore, so let me know as you make your way through, okay?
Yeah, I joined when I was on Ambien today.
Beautiful. That's a perfect way to do it. That's a perfect way
I
to
make
do it.
really good decisions when I take Ambien, though. Like,
No,
everything
this is going to
becomes
change your
very
life, and I'm not
clear.
even kidding. This is going to change
Yeah,
your life. So, Elon's waifu, I'm seeing the note. I got a little note that you want to discuss bargain hunting weed. So, someone tells me,
like, so we're talking like legal. We're talking legal weed. Like, this is.
I don't care. We don't care about that. No, go ahead. Fran says, caller, how many milligrams of Ambien did you have in your mouth in that crazy picture you posted?
Guys, stop. That was just because I had eaten a hamburger at Longhorn Steakhouse. I was very full, and so I needed an extra for it to work.
Right. So what was the answer? How many milligrams?
15.
15. Okay. I've definitely heard of people taking more than that. So, 15 millis. Namaste to you. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get into the bargain hunting weed. Now, if you're buying drugs illegally, that's, listen, I'm not here to judge. There are many situations in which I would tell someone that I'm working with in therapy to buy drugs illegally. But talk to me about what you're cooking in that nugget.
Right, so absolutely to everybody, do not buy drugs illegally. They are clearly they can be laced with just terrible, terrible things. So just don't do that, okay?
Well, listen, how about this? Has anyone explored the dangers of buying legal drugs? Now, in my area, there's dispensaries that sell all these legal weeds, right? These artisanal, exact weeds, and one thing that I've seen people lose, and it's dangerous. I think we need to explore it, probably scientifically. How big of people are really losing bits of their soul and becoming massive dorks and losers.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
They walk out of that store, they got their artisanal little gummy bears that they saw in an ad on Instagram, and then and then all of a sudden they're playing board games and going to bed by like 8:30.
Yeah, no, I'm playing Final Fantasy 14 all night.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm just saying.
But anyway, my point with the bargain is that when you go to these dispensaries, they, based on whatever the state is, the state decides the price. It's, not the dispensary. So I have to go to another state to literally buy the same exact marijuana that the dispensaries, the exact same brands, the exact same ones.
Yeah.
I just drive one state line over, and I spend $100 for something that would have cost $600 in my state. I'm not even kidding you. It's that dumb. It's that dumb.
That's dumb. So talk to us about bargain hunting. So your first tip is to go across state lines?
That's the only tip.
What about just buying illegally then?
Buying it what?
Buying it illegally, through illegal
you don't know
means.
what's in it. No. It could be lace. That's terrible.
Have you only bought drugs legally?
Well, obviously, when I was in college a long, long time ago, no, everybody was just buying weed. And luckily for me, I only had it laced once, and it wasn't laced with fentanyl like they're lacing it with these days. But I had mine laced with PCP when I was in college, and that shit was weird.
Laced with what was it?
I had my weed when I was in college back in 2009, or 2007. It was laced with PCP.
And how what was that experience like?
Everything got really loud. The second I realized it was laced, I didn't want it anymore, and I said, guys, this is fucked up, right? And then the rest of my friends were like, no, we'll keep smoking it, and I was like, geez. But I remember for myself personally, everything got intense, just a little intense, and a little bit louder.
Okay, well, listen, you've gotten us, you've contributed a great deal to our exploration tonight. Go across state lines, but don't stoop so low. So maybe before I let you go, though, I want to push you on this. You're attempting to guide everybody away from illegally purchasing drugs. However, can you imagine a situation in your life in which you would illegally buy drugs? Can you imagine yourself being broke enough, desperate enough, depressed enough to go back to the old ways?
Anyone can get there, and you're a fool if you think you can't be there.
There we go. So sort of given the situation, you might advise someone to do that.
I am privileged right now to be able to tell you that I can go cross state lines and get weed for cheap and blah, blah, blah. That is such a privilege. If you can do it, do it. That's how I save money doing it. Otherwise, good luck. Stay safe. Have some Narcan on hand. That's my advice.
Yeah, you sound like you've watched people OD or you've had some friends OD and maybe die.
I mean, yeah, a little. Sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, you sound like a seasoned vet in this territory. You know, people don't just say that stuff normally without some direct experience. And I appreciate your insight, and I appreciate you being honest about never second guess that you can.
Also, it doesn't hurt before any sort of overdose if you're planning an overdose. Anyone listening to me, definitely have Narcan, but definitely give yourself like a solid liter of fluid first. Like, it helps to have a liter of fluid on board before you go night-night. Okay?
You should just kind of fuck. Have you ever just fucked around with Narcan?
No.
Try it. I have.
No.
I was in it when I was going to school through therapy. I did a very intensive substance abuse program. And a big part of that for this, it was kind of a radical school of like therapist training, where we abused quite a bit of substance, quote unquote abused, and on the last day we just fucked around with some Narcan, and honestly not that bad.
Geez, that reminds me of those days I worked at Starbucks and we used to just do the like the nitrous canisters to make the whipped cream with. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's fun.
You're just doing whippets on the company dime? That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. 5 a.m.
Beautiful.
Welcome to Starbucks.
Beautiful. Yeah, I've known a couple Starbucks employees. Well, listen, Elon's waifu, I don't mean to keep you all night. I really appreciate your contributions
you really
tonight.
Did. I need to go now.
Okay, namaste.
Namaste, Leslie.
Namaste, Elon's waifu. (773-974-9585) 773-974-9585. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. We gotta maybe we gotta. I've seen this come up twice tonight. Privilege. I think we got to address this again. I've seen this twice in an hour. In a little over an hour, that we have seen the word privilege come up in the community. I think we need to address this. I think we need to devote a night to this idea somehow. I gotta meditate on that. I gotta meditate. We gotta address this, because this modern use of this word deserves a lot of attention. We'll just say that. Deserves a lot of attention. Derailed Freight Train over at youtube.com bringing up a point. Laced is called a bonus. Anybody else agree with that? Because a bonus, ladies and gentlemen, you get a little buy one get one free or something. Is that a privilege? We get our little shit laced, and then we're like, oh, this is bad. Why isn't it a privilege? Okay, let's go ahead and answer. We got another caller. Caller, welcome back to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Go ahead and sound off for me, brother. Good to have you back.
Bit Wars.
Bit Wars, there he is. Bit Wars, what's up? Why the call back? What's going on? What are you thinking about?
Well, I didn't really get to finish my list of great ways to be a bargain hunter. I got plenty more up the before Larry Picklejar rudely interrupted me.
Yeah, he did. He kind of shoved you in a locker and said night night to you, huh?
He did. He high school bullied me for sure. Because he also called me boring as he slammed the locker shut. I was like, I am.
Yeah. So let's get. Yeah. Go ahead. Jump right in.
Yeah. Do you guys have Winco next to you? Because Winco is like the cheapest place that you're going to get groceries. I've never been to an Aldi, so I can't really, attest to that. But I would definitely say that Winco is definitely up there. They don't take credit cards at Winco. They only take cash or debit, and that is one way that they help save you money. Is because they don't have to pay those fees to those credit card companies. It's another good one for you.
Is Winco similar to Aldi? I think is Winco similar to Aldi? Because that's what we have over here.
Maybe it's like almost warehouse style. Like they don't put a lot of like prim and proper into it. They don't fucking hang up balloons or do anything extravagant like that. And then it's also like employee owned, so everyone has a piece of the pie. Everyone that works there.
Oh yeah, that's similar to it's like Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's has got that.
Well, it's a lot bigger than Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is usually you have like 3 aisles in a Trader Joe's. It's fucking bullshit. The food there is great, but you only go there for a couple things, and you have to actually do your grocery shopping somewhere else. Get some treats over at Trader Joe's. They got good cheese. I hear Trader Joe's got good cheese there, and it's not gonna break.
Trader Joe's is overrated. If you're looking for a bargain, Trader Joe's is gonna milk your ass.
Yeah. For a while there, I could get almond milk for $2.69 for a carton. That was actually a really good deal. They upped the price by 30 cents. It's still not bad.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
I think you can get Aldi almond milk is ass. And it's got like a certain kind of gum in it that like it thickens into like a really, really thick mucus. So I don't really like that one. I'll pay the extra 30 cents for Target. Target's almond milk is better.
Oh, yeah, Target's got pretty good almond milk. What else? Oh, Grocery Outlet. If you guys are sleeping on Grocery Outlet, you're fucking up.
What is that? Tell me about that.
Okay, Grocery Outlet is the bargain market. They have lots of food and stuff there, and it can be expensive for the untrained eye, for people that think that everything there is cheap. But you can go there and they'll just get offloaded with a bunch of like random shit from the grocery stores that were trying to sell it for way above market price, and they'll be like, hey, this shit's expiring, we'll just sell it to you, Grocery Outlet, you can fucking do whatever you want with it. So Grocery Outlet's gonna put it all in a fucking fridge and put a sign that says $1. No, better yet, it's gonna be like cartons of almond milk, and they'll be like 10 for $1, and then you look at the expiration date's tomorrow, so they legally can't sell it like the next day. So they're just like, so I literally bought 10 things of almond milk, and I didn't give a fuck that it was going to expire today. Almond milk is like water.
Have You ever had expired almond milk though? Have you ever pushed it too far?
I drink way too much almond milk to even get close to the expiration date.
Do you just drink it? Do you just pour a glass of it, or do you mix it with coffee, or what? How do you do it?
I grab the cart. I'm a bachelor, so I can just grab the carton. I do a really good job of like the big handle ones. Kind of like grabbing the handle, letting the jug sit on your shoulder, and you just lift your shoulder up and you just right down the gullet.
You lift your shoulder?
Yeah. So you raise your elbow up and your shoulder comes up, and you're just like letting the jug of water rest on your shoulder, and you got the handle, in your right hand, and you're just lifting your arm up, and you just, you know what I mean? There's plenty of people in here who know what I mean.
I have no idea what you mean. I would love to learn. Can you post a picture or a video in Discord or something?
I will.
Yeah. Just keep me abreast of that, because I'd like to know. Cause it's hard for me to imagine it right now.
There's something, I forget exactly what it is. It's like an Iron Man workout or something like that. They do the same thing, but with like protein shake or something like that. And it's a real way of just letting everyone know who's boss, because they can lift that whole jug on their shoulder and just right down the gullet.
Sure. Okay. Well, listen. Bit Wars, I'm so glad that you called in to let us know about these various grocery stores in your area, and even if something to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't have those specific stores in your area, the beauty of capitalism, because a lot of people say a lot of negative stuff about it, but one of the beautiful things is that if you don't have the thing that's called that, the same business model exists everywhere, and you're going to find the same exact shit with a different name, and it's going to be tremendous. It sounds like a grocery outlet. What was that first one you said?
Winco.
Oh, Winco. Yeah. There's a way to be poor and desperate anywhere, and I appreciate you kind of exploring that with us. Flying Vita with a subscription. And coming in for 25 months. What's up, sluts? Are blowjobs on sale?
They should be if they're not.
I believe that you make women feel uncomfortable, Vita. I believe that 100%. 100%. Well, listen, Bit Wars. I appreciate you calling in, getting popping a couple more rounds into the air for us. Any final statement before we move on?
Yeah, I celebrated 5 months with the channel, but it got eaten up by the hype train. So. Oh well, listen.
Happy 5 months, guys. Hey, we got a 5 months with Bit Wars. Doesn't time go by kind of crazy?
It is. It's been a really fun 5 months learning to explore. So I appreciate you guys, even Larry Picklejar.
Yeah, I know. Even Larry. Oh my God, I cherish that son of a bitch. Well, and I cherish you as well. Thank you so much. And listen, hopefully, let's keep the train rolling. 5 months, maybe 6 months. Who knows how far it'll go? But I genuinely appreciate the dogged nature of your calls tonight.
Hell yeah. Oh, and one last thing, just a little cherry on top. I don't know if you don't really go into the Discord, your own Discord, but I did post a picture of the autographed picture that I won of you, and I just wanted to let you know that it's being well taken care of. I got a nice little gold frame to honor the guru.
I love that.
And just want to say thanks again for that.
Brother, it is my absolute pleasure. It is genuinely my pleasure to provide that for you. And that it found a place in your home. I think I actually did see it. I did see it. Every once in a while, my temporary roommate, Mish, will point something out to me on the Discord server of note. And I think she pointed that out to me when you posted it. And it touched me.
Yeah, Mish.
And then I touched myself.
All right. Hell yeah. That's a win. Thank you, Guru.
Well, namaste. Bit Wars, thank you so much again. I appreciate it. Namaste. Sidek with a gun, quick quote.
Any photograph I've ever taken has been so bad as to stretch the mind. The universe prostrates and blooms before me, only to be perverted and then die immediately.
Namaste, caller. Welcome back to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the chat. I see who it is.
Well. Look who can talk all of a sudden.
Well, is this your first call since the subathon?
Yes, I've had a lot of legal issues since the subathon that I had to put behind me.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what you want me to do about that. We've been back talking for about, like a month now?
Oh, well, it seems like it's been a day since you didn't offer a single ounce of help when I was running all across the country. But now it sounds like you sound good. Sounds like you probably could have answered my questions then, but chose not to, which I've not only, in addition to dealing with my legal issues, I've had to deal with the emotional issues of someone that I have followed for a very long time. When they came up with the expression "wouldn't lift two fingers to help somebody," did they watch the subathon and then take a time machine and go back and say that's what you did to me? I'm all right. How you doing?
Listen, I want to clear one thing up, because I remember your very emotional roller coaster during the subathon.
Okay.
And I just want to make one thing perfectly clear, because it was, I'm going to speak for not just myself but for everyone. Like that was tough to listen to. The intensity of your journey during the subathon was an absolute. It was trying. It gave me. I think we all really felt for you during that period. But one thing I want to make perfectly clear is that when you describe me deliberately not acting or answering or doing anything to help you, that is 100% accurate. I don't want there to be any gray area. I could have done something, and I deliberately chose not to. I chose not to meet you at the post office. I chose not to wire you any money, not to save you from the cartel, not to dig you up out of the ground, etc., etc., etc. I was not the person who gave you the backpack. These are all things that I had no hand in doing, and that was an absolute deliberate act on my part.
Right. And so my question is, why?
Do you think my job here is to help you, Angry Mike?
I think I've made that absolutely clear in basically every call that yes, I literally don't.
Go just off the top of your head. Do you remember any of the calls that we've had where I go into detail about whether I'm going to help you or not?
The way I remember it is you almost will help me, right? And then I go unconscious a little bit, and then I'm saying namaste and the phone hangs up. So that's got to be your fault for getting me upset to the point where I can't hear the assistance that you're trying to give me. And I see the people before the show starts. That one old guy, the one lady that says the program has helped her so much. And she literally uses the word help, Leslie, in your promo before the fucking show starts. And you're going to sit here and gaslight me and tell me that I'm not supposed to get help from you? That's what's happening. You really want to now.
Let's go. Okay, fine, Angry Mike. Let's do it. Let's get into it. Help. Where does it say help? Tell me the exact context.
She at the beginning, I'm almost sure, okay? And anybody on YouTube, those 600 people watching on YouTube, you can scroll backwards. Twitch doesn't let you do it. That's why I don't. Twitch has its issues too, but, God bless them. But YouTubers, go back. There's a lady in one of the boxes at the beginning, and I know almost for a fact. She says, the program has helped me, or something to that effect. Maybe not verbatim, but I know the word help comes out of her mouth, and that's what I based every single call on, that lady, saying that you have helped her, but now you're saying you can't help me. That makes sense, everybody, right? Type ones in the chat if that makes sense.
Exactly. Angry Mike, we are at a crossroads. We are at a point of tremendous potential tremendous growth, okay? Because, yeah, that woman described her experience in the program as helpful. It helped her, right?
Right.
Do you have any idea what I did for her?
No.
So without knowing any context, without knowing any context of what you're talking about, you think that she similarly was in trouble with a drug cartel and needed like a Hawaiian shirt and $500 in a backpack at the post office in a matter of 30 minutes?
Don't judge books by their covers, Leslie. I don't do that. Anybody could be a mule for the drug cartel. I don't see color, unlike some
she was
people.
she was not. No, she was not.
Okay, so what was her problem then? She could
She
be
was
addicted to
listen,
oxycodone.
here's the thing. Here's what she was, right? She came to me as a lot of people do. They find out about the program through like some generally like lib, enlightened, sort of like little community, little hen circle. NPR tote bag comes to me looking like, oh, a fun little program. This guy seems smart. This guy seems like he's got something. Onion plug. Hi, Angry Mike. Have you considered just blowing it out of your ass?
Blowing what? Don't let him interrupt you. You were cooking. Anyway.
And then, okay, so back to my cooking. So this woman comes to me, and she comes to me miserable, right? She finds herself, just going through the motions in nearly every area of her life. Communal Vision for Framwell Yard. The cops are still asking me what happened to the lawyers I sent to help you out of that cartel situation, Mike. I'm facing a hard time.
Fram, we talked about anytime you write something, it leaves a record. Okay, so you shouldn't, number one, I didn't think I had to say putting this stuff in a communal vision on a Twitch is one of the ways. I said don't put it in your diary. I also thought that would normally extend to don't write communal visions about our private attorney-client conversations that were privileged until you disclose them.
Sociopathogen, be more specific. He blows plenty of things out of his ass. That's from Sociopathogen.
Exactly, because I have IBS. Thanks, socio. You racist. Anyways, this lady, was she horny? What was her problem? You're not saying what her problem was.
I'm going to get to
horny.
it, Angry
That's
Mike.
my guess.
I'm going to get to it, okay, sweetheart? Now
Okay.
listen. The deal with that woman was, she votes, she does a soup kitchen thing, she donates to NPR with her husband's money, et cetera, et cetera. Now, underneath all of that, do you know what her real problem was?
She was horny. I already guessed that.
I mean, yes, but that's a symptom. That's not the actual problem. The actual problem was that she is not a good person. She's a bad person deep down. She likes hurting people. She likes taking things that she doesn't need just because they make her feel good. She enjoys hurting people in a way that people can't understand. She had she fostered a cat that she used to crush Xannies up in her food just so that she'd go to sleep, be delirious, and she'd pull hair out of her back.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know what happened after I set her free to be able to do that? She lived a much more powerful life. Much more powerful life. So, Angry Mike, don't say things you don't know what you're talking about.
So you helped her is what you're saying.
I helped her resolve the conflict that was inside of her. Brother.
Right? So you can cure a 65-year-old nymphomaniac that gives Xanax pills to a cat, but you can't help me with a backpack? This is literally making no sense. And I have good bargain tips too, and you didn't even fucking ask me that either. Typical.
Listen, what you need is far beyond a backpack. Okay, Angry Mike? You are on the cusp of a realization. A cusp of a... Why do you think you're so angry all the time? Right? Have you ever even wondered that?
I'm not like this all the time. I do charity work too, for your information.
Pepper and Cheney, I just looked back and watched the intro and the mid-roll and no one says help.
You're going to believe that. Okay, everybody else could have done it, but Pepper and Cheety's just doing it to get me all fired up and gaslight me too. It must be, what's the topic tonight? Gaslighting 101? Stop it. I know what I've seen and heard.
All right, namaste, Angry Mike. Appreciate you dropping in.
No, that's not fair.
It's 100% fair. Namaste.
No, but why though?
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, our next caller is somebody that you will immediately recognize, a very powerful explorer, Michaela. Here to talk about something that I don't quite understand when the notes that were left for me dictated. So go ahead, Michaela, how are you doing tonight, hon?
I'm doing good. I like the whole will they, won't they, enemies to lovers thing you got going on with Angry Mike.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. What was that?
Never mind. I'm too online for this. Don't worry about it.
Will they, won't they, like we have a romantic connection, you mean?
Yeah, like enemies to lovers, you know?
No, we're not enemies. I can be anything for Angry Mike that is necessary. And right now, what I am, and it is the most helpful thing that I can do for him is just be a disappointment to him, right? I'm not enough. I am not helping him do something, and things are fucking up because of my, because of my lack of effort or something. And this is by far the most helpful thing that I can do for him in his life.
Sure.
Should the moment come that I better serve him as a gay lover, which you are implying, Lord knows I'll be there.
So you'll help him that time?
Well, if my call as a therapist is that he will be better aided in his journey to the next level by having gay anal sex instead of having these calls and talks and whatnot. If the gay anal sex is going to work better, then yeah, I'm going to be knocking on the door. Okay, time for gay anal sex.
Fair enough.
Well, Michaela, listen, I don't mean to talk your ear off about another explorer. I'd love to talk about what exactly you wanted to bring up. I've got this thing on my screen that I don't completely understand. Also, hello to P-Chops, by the way. P-Chops, is good to see you in chat, you son of a bitch. You're not sneaking by me. Namaste. Now, continue, though. Continue, Michaela. Talk to me about what this subject is.
So, when I dictated it to Gene, I'm not sure he quite understood. So, Niche will probably know this, your temporary roommate, but there's a makeup brand called ColourPop, and it's not just them, but I have become repeatedly susceptible to their marketing. I'll be scrolling on Instagram, and it'll be like, I'm going to say in a British accent because I spell it with a U, we have our Super Shock Shadow on sale today. Buy 2 for $3 and $7 shipping. And I'll be like, oh boy, what a steal. And then I'll go and I'll add a bunch of stuff and it's like, it's buy $50 more and then you'll get free shipping. And I'm like, oh boy, what a steal. So to make it, long story short, I got a bunch of stuff in the mail today that I was looking forward to, but I truthfully did not need.
So you got the thing and it was kind of just trash, huh? It's kind of just bullshit?
No, it's cute. It's just I'm supposed to be saving money. And I felt like a
Why supposed to? What's going on there?
Well, I mean, you're aware of my living arrangements.
Right. And I'm aware of how much money you have saved too, as you've shared.
It's less than you thought. It's it's less.
You're blowing through it?
A little bit.
This is a tremendous sign. What are you spending it on other than makeup? Fran Weard,
like
how are your urine levels? Are you still yearning to be yearned for, or has your position evolved?
I said something in I had left your server, and then I left Toaster's server, and then I went into Jen's server, and I said something, and then everybody was concerned about me. Yeah.
Yeah. Now here's okay. So you're saving money. You're blowing it on makeup, and does that feel good?
Well, it's not just makeup. It's like a million little things. I feel like I take health damage anytime I buy anything, but it feels good to have the little thing because now I have like a Winx Club. Do you remember that cartoon Winx Club?
No idea what that is.
It's like, okay, so ColourPop does this thing where they like do collaborations with different brands. So I got like this fun, really bright, shiny, like glittery palette, and there's like I can just basically put a bunch of glitter on me if I wanted to now. Previously I had gotten a like a Twilight themed lip oil. And those things are cute and fun and I use them, but like I have makeup. Like, I don't need that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I brought it up because I'm like, I am paying less than I would be if I wanted to get this thing.
Yeah, but listen, can we take this to the a little bit closer to the next level? Is that all right?
Always.
Okay, so Michaela, yes, you're right. In the immediate sense, you buying this little bullshit that you don't need. It doesn't. You're not. You get it, and you're like, I don't actually need this. What's going on here? That's a good question. What is going on? Because I think there's another need happening that you're meeting a little bit, and I think that's worth a lot. Let's brainstorm on that. What does wasting your money on stupid bullshit allow you to do for a moment?
Oh, it gives me a sense of progression and ownership of something and autonomy in my life.
And that is because otherwise you don't feel those things.
Yeah, otherwise every day is exactly the same. And I'm not getting the shifts that I need. And I'm just, like, despondent.
Well, it sounds like that buying this little bullshit is actually hugely beneficial. Allows you to kind of just avoid the progress and all that.
I mean, if I buy enough of it, I won't be able to buy meds for my cat anymore.
But then also that adds a little bit of sweetness. Let's play that out. Your cat dies, and then you're like, oh God, my life is so fucked up. I'm a mentally ill loser or something, right? And that feels kind of good too, right?
You said that feels kind of good?
You know, it feels good to just have shit wrong with you.
Yeah, it gives me the illusion of complexity.
Yeah, well, it gives you. I love it. I love the idea of illusion. No, you're complex. You're complex and kind of there's something wrong with you. I'll say that.
You think I'm complex?
I mean, not. Yeah, I think you have a complexity to you. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you kind of you shoo it away. I think there's like this makeup stuff, for instance. You love wasting your fucking money on it. You love it, and then you even love realizing that like you're fucking stuck because of it.
Mhm.
Why does it feel good to be stuck, Michaela?
You know, I actually had a thought this morning. This really happened. I woke up and I thought to myself, you know, maybe I keep wanting unachievable things because I'm worried about what will happen if I get them. And I'm also just too lazy, I guess, to do the work that it takes to actually change. But then, like, once I get there to the change and once I break out of cycles, like, I won't know what I'm doing, you know?
What is one of these unattainable things? Because all the stuff that you've mentioned that you want, I wouldn't describe them as unattainable. But what's an example?
Like, I don't know. Maybe in this situation it doesn't apply so much. I have these sort of grand dreams of like writing a story and having it like fully realizing a start to finish story and having something that I can be proud of creatively and people enjoying it.
Sure.
And instead of doing any of that, I just do none of it.
Right. Well, listen, and this is getting into another bargain that we've covered. It's been a while since we covered this one, but like there, to commit to something like that involves a massive loss that I think gets we laud artists for doing all this stuff, but to actually do something, to actually make something, it means you're basically holding a funeral for all the versions of yourself that you could have been potentially. Because now you're just going to be the same fucking person who made this thing that won't be as good as you thought it was going to be. But if you keep it in your head, then you can kind of just huff the vibes of what could be. And that feels good.
Yeah, in my head, people are already drawing fan art of my characters.
Right. See, and why would you... So, okay, you've got that nice little situation. You're fucking wasting all your money on makeup. You've got this thing in your head that people are drawing fan art of your characters. That is a pretty sweet situation. Why would you fuck that up with commitment and progress? It's a bargain.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll just keep scrolling on my phone, I think.
Yeah, it's not working. I won't say it's working because that means it's like working for what, but you're getting a bargain out of this is what I'm trying to get at.
Leslie, have you ever like been on a screen in a bed and you're actively like watching it and like scrolling through stuff and you're like, I need to get up and do things. And
quick affirmation for days: do not self-actualize. Not you. Steer clear. Okay, continue, Michaela.
Oh, just like, in your head, I need to get up and do things, but you feel like you almost can't physically make your body do it.
Yeah, I've been in that situation before, yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty fun, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you're being at odds with your body is a very unpleasant experience, and then being thrown back into that's very unpleasant. Real quick affirmation for fellas: self-actualization is your gift, not just to yourself but to the world around you. Get out there and become.
I texted my brother out of nowhere. There are bees in my fucking head, and he was like, "What? What do you think that means?"
He didn't get it, right?
Do you get it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got bees in your head. You've got like such a level of dissonance going on inside your own mind that you can hardly even stand to be with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, listen, this is what I'm saying. You're not complicated in like a alluring like storybook way, but you are miserable. And Flying Vita, can Michaela be the head purchaser at the compound? Yeah, I don't see why not.
The head purchaser? Oh, like I buy inventory?
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, you could give me that job, I guess.
I mean, you might as well. I'll give you an allowance, and you can kind of just blow it on TikTok shop stuff. So, Michaela, listen, I want you to take this seriously. These ideas of progress are very toxic, and I don't use that word lightly. I think you need to be very careful about, creating something that you're proud of that people enjoy, or even attempting to do that, because you're getting a bargain out of sitting tight, not doing anything, and being miserable.
Yeah, and just sort of slowly dying.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's dangerous to do otherwise. So, listen, you're you're on the right path, I think. And thanks for checking in. I appreciate the updates. As far as bargains go, I think with this makeup thing, I think it was the right decision. And I think keep going. Keep exploring the TikTok shop situation and keep us abreast on stuff that you find.
Yeah, I'll just buy the same thing again, but for full price. How's that?
There, look at that. Look at that. Namaste, Michaela. Really beautiful stuff tonight. Thank you for sharing all this.
Namaste.
Namaste. Guided meditation. Meditation to help Michaela loosen her theological standards for men and find true love.
Oh my gosh. That was from Kook, wasn't it?
That was from Fram. The light of the candle flickers, and as you peer through the soft silhouette, and you see a Mennonite across the table. You can tell he's a real Mennonite because he smells a little bit. It's a different vibe. The Mennonite refuses to make eye contact for longer than a couple seconds at a time, only adding to the screeching intensity of the sexual tension in this date. What will his beard feel like, you ask yourself? What will his beard feel like all over my body? All right, namaste to you, Michaela. Thanks for dropping in. Namaste, everybody. We have reached the point. I got to take a piss. You know me. I start drinking that water, and I just can't stop drinking that water. I love hydration. It's a very important part of my my routine as a man. Is just guzzle water all day. I'm a little water hound. But guys, so while I'm peeing, guys, stick around for a couple of words about my community of devoted light. My community of devoted light. Join Elon's waifu in my inner circle. Access the exclusive materials, VHS tapes, music downloads, monthly postcard. Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta get these things to you post haste. Check out some details about that in just a moment. And I'll be back with the second half of our program, Explorations with Leslie Tanner, as we explore bargain hunting. Bargain hunters, I need to hear from you. Keep sounding off all night. Namaste, everybody. See you in a second.
Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Since Leslie and his program broke onto the scene, Explorations has become the #1 best-selling and most influential personal power program in modern history. Millions of people from all over the world have gotten a chance to meet this truly remarkable man and utterly transform their lives with the power of Explorations.
I listened to this introductory tape and I knew then and there, this is what I needed. I felt just so much better knowing there are a bunch of people out there suffering like me.
I'm not kidding you. I think after the first tape, I knew, okay, I'm gonna be fine.
I got such relief from the very beginning, starting the program.
Now that you've gotten a taste of what this program is capable of, it's time to show you how to take your life to the next level. Here to tell you more about what is possible is legally licensed clinical therapist, author, coach, speaker, entrepreneur, martial artist, amateur musician, one of the nation's foremost thinkers, and our guru, Leslie Tanner.
Good evening, everyone. Whether you've been with us since the very beginning and have watched Explorations work wonders in your life, or you're joining us for the first time tonight, I say namaste to you. As you've watched Explorations in action during our call-in show, no doubt your mind is reeling from the limitless potential you now know is possible. Between the tailored themes and lectures, to the myriad avenues of exploration through the channel points, to the customized ways to interact with me and the community, there simply has never been anything quite like this program. Now is usually the point in one of these self-help programs where it starts to sound like a sales pitch. Someone like me might normally say something like, "Listen, I know your time is precious. Let me cut to the chase." But there's only one problem with that. We know your time isn't precious. I could speak at length for hours and hours about absolutely nothing, and I still wouldn't be wasting your time because, well, you're here, looking for a fast, all-encompassing solution to the problems in your life that have become so intolerable, you're not sure what you're going to do. You may be considering any number of extreme decisions, ranging from short-term band-aids to more permanent solutions. However, as dark and bleak as your situation is, so too must our tools be bright and revolutionary. So whether you're tired and looking for more energy and enthusiasm for life, or maybe you're lonely and isolated but want better relationships, let me tell you that for these things and so much more, my breakthrough program of explorations to explore the universe and beyond really works. It's worked for elite performance athletes, critically acclaimed artists, best-selling authors, entrepreneurs, and for thousands of others just like you. I have been blessed by the universe for a brief moment that I now command upwards of $50,000 for speaking engagements. But through the technology of this program, you can hire me, Leslie Tanner, as your personal therapist, coach, and guru, all rolled into one at the Community of Devoted Light
on patreon.com.
where you and thousands of others just like you are learning to leverage the chaos around them to catapult their lives to heights that were previously unimaginable. Here's how it works. I've created a tightly knit community where individuals seeking to access the next level are able to study, reflect, meditate, and grow with an ever-expanding library of exclusive materials, each containing life-changing tools and techniques designed to explore topics covered here in our call-in show, but much more deeply, therefore increasing the benefits of the program exponentially. These materials include your name in the credits at the end of the stream, demonstrating the importance of your leadership and the value of your investment. A signed personal postcard sent out each month full of observations and witticisms by me, Leslie Tanner. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Exclusive video materials now available to the poor, designed to rocket your progress past those who cannot afford success. Here's a little sneak peek at what you're missing.
I'd like to begin with a deep breath. A slow, full, deep deep breath. This may feel luxurious. I imagine some of you may even notice a bit of shame creeping up as you greedily, luxuriate.
Downloads of all specially crafted music used in our productions here and elsewhere that have accompanied your journey thus far. Tracks such as New Beginnings, Psychic Romance, Reaching into Darkness, or The Skeptic's Gamble. Exclusive archival prints such as these, channeled and honed by myself, Leslie Tanner, upon which you can guide your own meditations at home. I'm not an artist, nor do I claim to be. These visions are a burden and cause me immense suffering. But I do it for you. Now, you might expect that a program like this would cost thousands of dollars, but because I'm offering this to you through the internet, these life-transforming materials can be yours for the monthly cost of a few cups of coffee on your way to work. With access to these materials, regardless of your level of investment, you will also be receiving a complimentary download of our landmark track, The Sojourn Begins, as a thank you. So does this sound good to you? Well, what are you waiting for? If you are ready to join the thousands of others who have already committed to the final journey to access the next level, simply type Final Journey into the chat and you will be guided with further instructions. One thing I can promise you is that however massive your problems are, however abject and humiliating your life has become, I have created something so simple yet so profound in this program, you'll be absolutely flabbergasted by the results. Now, let's get back to the program. Namaste.
Namaste, explorers. Welcome back to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie, host, creator, and founder of the most effective personal power program in the country, Explorations with Leslie Tanner. That was a couple words about my community of devoted light. Lord knows, some very special materials over there. If you're wondering exactly what that little sample was from, it was from the progressive muscle relaxation in the tape received by our Explorer of the Month. She got the Beauty of Nature tape, the last one I printed of that run. It's going through a redo right now. Might be available again in the future, under maybe with some additions or some updates or anything like that. But yeah, that's what that's from, Beauty of Nature. But guys, if you're interested though, it is available on the disc. It is available at the Community of Devoted Light right now. Elon's wife is getting her hands all over that digital version of that right now. So guys, audio is a bit behind. How's the sync? Dieter, I'm reworking it. I gotta rework it before I make it available again. Yeah, sync's fine. All right. Man, you look like an idiot, Fram. Sync is 100%. Yeah, Fram, you look like a moron. Yeah, it does that. It was doing that on not Misha's PC during my pee-pee break. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are back at Ground Zero, Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Second half of the program tonight, exploring the theme Bargain Hunters. We have a caller on the line, and speaking of this explorer, you're going to recognize her right away. Hypocryptomatic, a.k.a. Jen. Jen was Jen was our inaugural Explorer of the Month, and just this past week, I published a 1-hour exclusive sit-down with Leslie and Jen. Available, Podcast of Devoted Light, available through the Patreon. So if you're interested in getting a little taste of that, a very wide-spanning conversation, beautiful conversation that I got the privilege and honor to share with Jen, aka Hypocryptomatic, available at the community of Devoted Light. But speaking of which, let's get that nasty bitch on the phone. Jen, welcome back to Explorations. How you doing tonight?
Hey, Big Al, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. I was just singing your praises and talking about our podcast episode, how much fun it was.
Yeah, we did have fun, did we, bud?
Oh, we absolutely did, Jen. I had a great deal of fun, and then I got to revisit it afterward. I got to revisit it during the edit. I was like, oh, that's right, we had so much fun.
That was the worst.
Did you listen to it? Did you listen to the episode?
Come on, Wizard of Oz.
You hate listening to yourself, so it could. I could see it as 50-50. Did you listen to it or no?
Yeah, I listened to some of it, and I was just like, oh, God, like my voice, his voice. Yeah, it's just, it's weird.
There's too much chemistry there, right? It was freaking you out.
I don't know. If that was the word, I would feel more like it was like our safe space, and then it was like noisy, and it's like nobody's supposed to hear that.
Right.
You know?
I know. That's what it's like to, I get that comment a lot for me personally.
About your voice.
They start talking to me, and so the rest of the world goes away, right? It's like being in a wormhole between two souls when I talk.
Feel like that so much. Yeah, I didn't feel like that so much. That because of your voice, I was in a wormhole.
Wait, what?
Leslie, I was on hold so long. I literally, can I tell you something? I was hyperventilating. I had a panic attack because I was thinking there was something that I saw with monkeys with their little heads sticking out, and they were like shoving tubes down their throats. And then I had to start attacking some place where like they're trying to like get money from people. I'm sorry. It's like my brain's not just like with this right now. Anyway, let's talk about our good time that we had.
Wait, yeah, we had a great time. You were watching the monkey thing. Why'd the monkey thing give you a panic attack?
They were making medicine go down his throat.
Why were you watching these videos?
Bro, I hate the internet.
It's kind of funny, right? Because we see all these things that we don't want to see that make our lives worse. Even just the act of taking it in makes us worse. Yet you do it anyway. Why?
Oh, no. I almost just said something really rude, too, which would be a terrible thing to say, and I'm not going to say it. Give me the sweats.
Say it if you want, as long as it's not TOS.
No, I'm not. Nope. No.
Are you going to start going on like a racial diatribe?
Not me. No. Oh, you mean again?
Yeah, again. I had to edit out. Listen, the actual director's cut of the podcast episode was about an hour and a half. I had to cut 30 minutes of a very intense racial manifesto from Jen.
That is false. Okay, that's not true. That's not true. We had a really nice talk. We didn't even get to scratch the surface. I didn't even tell you about my Care Bear that I ordered myself for my birthday. Original Care Bear.
You didn't.
So I don't even
Ram we are
understand
with a communal vision. Help me burn down all the data centers and save humanity.
You know, I like Fram. You know, he's okay. not that super cool. So we're I want to know, though, here's the thing. Okay.
Right.
By the way, guess what Sebastian's father did for a living?
What?
Tortured fucking monkeys. And I'm not kidding.
Like to do makeup or for fun or what?
I just did the Sign of the Cross. He works for Pfizer, that little bitch. And he said he'd go down into the monkey caves or whatever. And he'd be like, oh, well, you know, boo-hoo-hoo. So I just watched that. And, like, I didn't even think I was going to be able to pick up the phone. But I was so mad about, like, you know, pepper or, like, blah, blah, blah. And then I just started crying like a baby because, like, they keep their little heads popped out. And, like, they put straws down their throat. And then I just started crying. But, you know, you came on, and I don't know how, but you pepped me up. You pepped me up.
Who what? What was that?
Pepped me up.
Oh, so Pep got you pepped up.
No, fuck Pepper. Sorry. That's Peps. No, you pepped me up like, you know, like Buttercup, baby, bop, bop, bop. Leave me alone.
And that's what Pepper and Cheney did, or Peppercorn Patty?
No, never Patty. Always Patty's a friend.
Right. So I have no idea what we're talking about, Jen.
I'm sorry. Well, here's the worst part. Apparently, I just learned that my own vocabulary uses the word pep too much, and sometimes it means this person, that person, or just pepping me up, like. Just pep you up. Have you had a nice night tonight? What are you guys talking about? Sales?
Beautiful. Welcome, Cody. It says first name just because Patreon uses first name, but welcome. We got a new member of the community of Devoted Light just joining us. Namaste and welcome on in. Welcome on in. Now, you don't have to dox your first name if you don't want username. Whoever did that, but namaste. Oh, it was you. Okay, you did it. You did it. You said it. You offered it. Well, welcome, Grandpa Liquor, to the community of Devoted Light. I'm having a great night tonight.
Grandpa Liquor just joined?
What?
Grandpa Liquor, he just joined?
Grandpa Liquor just joined the community of Devoted Light.
Oh, my God. He's been around for ages.
He says he needed the interview with you.
Oh no!
You were the selling point.
No.
You were the final nail in the coffin in the sort of sales funnel of explorations with Leslie Tanner.
Cancel it, Les.
Can't do it. It's already out.
I'll give you $3,500
to take your episode down.
No, to cancel him. No, you can take it down. Just stop. Get me out of here.
Oh, no worries.
It's like Jurassic Park.
Listen, anyway, we're talking about bargain hunters tonight. You a bargain hunter?
No.
All right, well, thanks for joining us tonight. Really appreciate the call. Namaste. 773-974-9585. Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Real quick affirmation for fellows. Listen, there is no going back, period. There's not even, you can't go. Hold on one second. Let me further that thought for fellows. Fellows, listen up. There's no going back. And there's honestly not even really going forward. There's hardly any going at all. The more you let this into your heart, the more masculine you'll be. And here we go. So let's go ahead, hit this button. We got the next one coming up at the end of the month. Don't hit that. Don't type the thing that it says. It's gonna say type something. Don't type it yet. I haven't updated the thing. Don't type that. Beautiful. Well, welcome back to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. Also, yeah, guys, can we do a quick shout out for Vlada? Vlada on Infatuations with Leslie Tanner, who won our most recent Tournament of Champions on Infatuations. It closed up August, the Growth to Nowhere month. Vlada cleaned up. Was it a straightforward competition? No. Rainbows and Ladybugs. Is Rainbows and Ladybugs with us right now? Is Rainbows here? Because Rainbows and Ladybugs bent over and butt-fucked that tournament with the overrides. That was crazy. I did not foresee that. Those overrides are going to be they're going to cost a lot more next time, because the entire Tournament of Champions was fundamentally reshaped because of Rainbows and Ladybugs overrides that whole time. It was crazy. I had like half of the rounds, over half of the initial first rounds went the opposite way than I would have decided because of Rainbows and Ladybugs. I hate the overrides. There's too many horned up versions in here. I mean, the overrides really, I mean, they were silly. I received a lot of DMs afterwards saying like, there's no, like, saying basically like, I agreed with everything that you said, and these people are morons. The people in your chat are cows. They're so stupid. And I agreed with them that night, most nights. But also that, specifically that night as well. Doo-doo Squirts, I was talking about the Tournament of Champions at the end of August. The Infatuations Tournament of Champions a couple weeks ago. (773-974-9585). We are bargain hunting tonight. Bargain hunters, where are you at? Give me a call. 773, I don't remember the number, 974-9585. I hate that my phone number sticker just became immediately unusable. Yep, sucks. But the lesson of loss is invaluable. The lesson of loss is invaluable. So you're welcome for that. So ever since the subathon, now that when moments like this happen, I could camp out right here all day. Yeah, it's a new number now, Dude Scores. We got a whole new phone system. I signed a contract with Nextiva like over 3 years ago, and I fucked up and just got locked into a very long contract that was expensive and offered like nothing. But now we have like a different phone system we can screen calls. We've got people can wait on hold. It's a nice little thing we got going. And we got a caller on the line. Let's go ahead and bring them in. Guys, you know who it is. You're going to recognize them right away. Caller, welcome back to Explorations. How you doing tonight, brother?
Hey there, Wesley. Hey, Guru. Hey, good to see you.
It's good to see you, Wiki. It's been a minute. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm hanging in there, Guru. Everything going weird, top. You know how things get up there sometimes.
You know, so what have you been up to? What have you actually been up to? Fill us in some details.
Well, I've been picking up some extra shifts at the job over there. We've been doing a little bit extra welding jobs, and I've been having to work on this 73 Empower, and it's been a tough weld. There's a lot of rust all up in the inside bar of that engine, and man, it's been putting in a bunch of time. This guy trying to hot rod up an Empower.
So you're building a hot rod at work out of the 73 Impala? That sounds kind of fun. Would you say that it's fun actually to work on?
It got its challenges. They want some slickers on the back, some of them big boys with them Quaggers and Williams. They going all the way back to the 80s.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
they
they're
go back to the
getting, man, that sounds fun to work on. That sounds fun to work on a little bit. At least a little bit. At least a little interesting, huh?
It's been a real challenge here, Guru. You know, when things get tough, sometimes you got to put in that extra grit.
Absolutely.
So many spots.
Absolutely. So okay. So that's what you've been up to. You've been working yourself to the bone, it sounds like.
Yeah, they're good. Things, but I'm feeling tip top. I'm feeling really tip top. Have a lot of them bologna sandwiches with a little mustard on there.
Okay, so talk to me. Listen, maybe bologna is a good segue because tonight we're looking at bargain hunting. Wiki, do you have any experience hunting for bargains? And if so, give us a couple examples of that.
Yeah, they go. Well, you know, sometime I call when I was with a boy, and I think it's ingrained really into my DNA, cause she was a bargain hunter. We were quite poor when we grew up, and she would do all kinds of wacky things. She bought this really nice shirt I would have to wear to special events, and it was an embroidered shirt, though. So people for about a year there was calling me Gregory, and my name was not Gregory. It was on the shirt. It was such a very nice, expensive shirt, but she said, you just put this on with you. We're going to go to somewhere fancy. We're going to Aunt Claudine's auntie house, and you know she liked nice shirts. So I had to wear that shirt, and they made fun of me, and they said I was Gregory. I said, fuck this. I don't want to be Gregory, Caw. And Caw said, look, you know, you call on that toy telephone all the time, and you try to pretend you're talking to somebody else. You can wear this damn Gregory shirt. Now shut your damn mouth and put this nice shirt on. And I felt like I was really embarrassed. But somehow that dug deep into my DNA. You catch yourself out in the back of a CVS looking for used toothpaste, you know you're in trouble.
Well, that's
And
now
at the
that's
end, you be
interesting.
hollering.
Now that's something that interesting that has not been brought up tonight yet. You know, we've had people bring up discount grocery stores, discount makeup, et cetera, but talk to me about the other side, the dark side of bargain hunting. At what point is the bargain hunting, does it go too far? So this example that you use toothpaste behind a dollar store or something. When to you, Wiki, does bargain hunting go too far and it's simply not worth the lowered price?
Well, I went to this outlet store. It's called Always, and they had these plastic folks about 3 years ago. They had them plastic folks, and they had like 900 folks in there, and it was like 90% off. How can you pass up a 90% deal? And I still got a whole bunch of damn plastic folks. I think I went too far. I got a whole bin full of them bastards. I mean, I bought like 6 boxes thinking, damn, I'm getting tons of folks. But them folks ain't gonna do me no damn good. Just too damn many. I think I went down to the dark side of the bargain, you know. It's a wheel. And then I went to a damn yard sale, and somebody had a mystery box in there. I said, $3. There got to be something in here. So I handed the lady $3. And I looked in that. I was like, oh, damn, I got a window. It's going to wind up some shit. I get it home. I plug it in. It just screams. It don't even wind. That's not a bargain. You got to watch yourself on that side of the bargain. I mean, I eat chili for 3 days. I know that's probably bad. The beans get ferment and so forth. $3, man.
Wow. And ladies, the reason that I wanted to drill down on this, because, you know, a lot of us, when we taste desperation, as I brought up at the beginning of tonight's program, when we taste that desperation, very often we developed a sort of relationship with bargain hunting that's sort of almost unconscious, right? As soon as we get to a place, we have to make our money work as hard for us as possible. We need to find the best deals. We need to make the most out of them. And that's just how we have had to deal with how unfair our lives have been. But, you know, along within those straits, within the arena of these poor, degenerate people that shop at Aldi and what have you, or Winco, it's important to realize that there is a dark side to bargains that does not get talked about nearly enough. And Wiki, for you to bring that up to us, how that bit you in the ass, how you got home. And what was it? It didn't bend?
It didn't even blend anything up. It didn't blend. It just hollered. I plugged it in. I pulped it. I put my watermelon in there. I'm going to make me one of their smoothies. I put the watermelon up in there, and I punched the button, and it just went. No blending. Nothing happened.
And you're sitting there, yeah. You're sitting there like a fucking moron with the blender like that, right?
Yeah, I look like a wing card. I got this girl over. We're going to have some vodka with that mixing. You know, I'm going to mix up some real watermelon, do it classy. And I got a bunch of chunks of watermelon in a blender. And it don't blend. It just hissing.
And then how'd the night go after that with the lady? What happened?
Well, we made do with the vodka. I'll just put it that way. We got them cheeks a quapping. Either way, we ate the watermelon and, you know, we drank.
But not all of us, listen, not all of us in the chat right now are going to be as adept with the women as you are. We don't have that natural wiki charm. We don't have the ability to not second guess ourselves. I can think of 10 explorers off the top of my head right now that if they were put in your position, they got a lucky lady over, right? They're working on the riz, they're working on the vibe, they got some nice music going, they're going to blend a drink. Then, you know, here, I'll name a name. Let's say, Bit Wars, I can see you fucking this up. Bit Wars, be honest with yourself. If you were in Wiki's position, having a blender, a discount blender, thinking you got to steal, right? You're blending up a drink for you and the new lady friend. It fucks up. Are you going to be able to pull yourself out of that? Are you going to get nervous? Are you going to clamp down? Are you going to let the whole thing go sour? Bit Wars, are you here still? Because I might just be disparaging Bit Wars without... Oh, no. He's somewhere. He's somewhere in the chat. There he is. He's thinking. He's thinking about what I just presented.
There's a dark side to that, though. You can go too far with them bargains. You done messed up. You got a whole damn shelf full of these folks, and you ain't never gonna use them bitches. They're gonna be here when the sun death happens of the earth. When the sun explodes, them folks still gonna be around here. I ain't never gonna use that many folks.
Listen, let it be known that I called this correctly. Bet Wars, and I didn't mean to single you out necessarily, because there are other explorers that I feel would fit the bill for this. But Bet Wars just admitted, honestly, it would probably fuck up my plans, and it would be hard to recover from. Dark side of bargains. Dark side of bargains.
Very sad.
Wow. I'm so glad that we had a chance to explore this, Wiki. That really beautiful angle to bring up tonight.
Well, you know, you always weeding along the way there, Guru. You know the program work.
I know the
program. I mean, I'm getting better every day with the bargains.
Well, Wiki, before you go, brother, I always got to ask. It's been a little bit. It's been a while since we've gotten to hear you speak, let alone sing or play any music. But since I got you, and you're in my little trap, my sticky little trap, do you possibly have any kind of musical styling that you could share with us tonight? Lord knows I love it and I miss it, and I'd just love to get a little taste of it. If you got something kicking around the noggin.
Well, I would like to do an old one, but a good one, and have a really good time with it. I think it's one of your favorites, and I'd like to bring it back because I think it's gonna be a #1 hit around the counties I'm in. I'm looking really excited. It might get played on college radio. I don't know. We're gonna find out soon. But it's called "Filthy with a Pig," and you know we all filthy with the pigs for the program, Guru.
Real quick before you do, Fram says your presence is a bargain for the program.
Oh, that's too kind of you, Fram. You like a big star in the bargain hunting scene. I seen your name around CBS. Yeah, I seen you.
All right. Well, listen, Wiki. You know I love this song. Enough of the. I can't wait any longer. I can't wait to hear this. Go ahead whenever you're ready.
All right. Here we go, everybody. It's a filthy little pig. Here it goes. A 1, 2, 3. Wow. Sweet thinking your flower. Boom, boom, boom. It sucked me in once again. Now. I can't get no boom, boom. You got me crawling on my knees again. Damn it. You got me hanging by a sweat now, baby. And you know you got me out. You're so dirty to break me down, honey. There's no door. I'll show you out. Filthy little pig. You push and you shove and you hurt what you rub. Filthy little pig. You question the bow, you turn the sweet into sour. And that's the first bug there, Guru.
Wow. Listen, I know I speak for everybody. I really genuinely I would be so excited to hear that on a college radio station, Wiki.
Yeah, I think it's gonna go big. It's gonna go big on college radio.
Exactly.
I think we're gonna have our new big hit.
I can really imagine it. Well, namaste to you, Wiki. Thank you so much for being so generous with yourself tonight.
I appreciate it, Guru. I love you guys and keep up the rock and roll. Don't ever give up. Namaste.
Namaste. Good luck at work.
Namaste.
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 Caller, welcome to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. My name is Leslie. What's something I can call you tonight?
Hey, Gear, it's Alex.
Alex, good to hear you. How you doing, brother?
Doing pretty excellent. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. We're having a wonderful exploration tonight. Very active. Lots of calls, lots of contributions. Well, listen, as you know, we're exploring bargain hunting tonight. Talk to me. I feel like you got something cooking in that little noggin of yours. Talk to me.
Yeah, there's a few things you can do. I think garage sales and alley driving were my favorite growing up. My family used to like to take us and do that, and you can find some really great deals. And then later on, I do alley walking too by myself. But we can get into that if you like.
I would love to get all of that. So this is something that was given to you by, this is part of your inheritance. It's just kind of wandering through alleys and picking up trash that can be reused.
yeah, exactly.
Beautiful.
Reusable trash. Well, I mean, and the garage sales, they found like a Mona Lisa one time behind a painting or something, or a Declaration of Independence or something.
Some shit like that. Just hanging out in the alley.
No, I did a garage sale. That one. Yeah, they bought like a painting of a cup of fruit or something for $10, and it had it was an old document. I think it was like a Declaration of Independence or something, but I don't know. It could have been a painting or something. I think it's happened more than once actually. I don't know why people are hiding shit in ordinary objects like that, but I don't know. Maybe they're trying to preserve it. Who knows? It's kind of weird.
I know. Ultimately, it's nearly impossible to try to guess that kind of stuff. It's just, but one thing we can do, as you've brought up, as passed down to you. Do you have any brothers and sisters, Alex?
Yeah, I have a brother.
A brother. So was your brother taught this as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
This business of digging through trash?
Especially so, like, people do spring cleaning, people that have, like, houses and stuff that, they call it spring cleaning, but it's like throw out their lightly used shit and buy brand new stuff because they want to be, trendy or whatever. And instead of, like, trying to sell it or donate it, they'll just put it in the alley, so we go drive around in the alleys and we get, it's mostly trash, but there's some cool stuff sometimes.
Well, and tell us some of the highlights of digging through trash, because nobody has brought this up. They bring up things that are close to digging through trash, such as going to Aldi or some sort of grocery outlet, buying cheap makeup on TikTok. But you're just saying, like, let's cut the middleman, let's dig through some trash. And we have been rated spooky little spirit namaste. Guys, please, welcome. Can we get some namastes in the chat for the Raiders? Spooky little spirit rating us with a really sizable, beautiful. I can feel the beauty and electricity from the raid right now. The quality of our chat has just enriched itself. Namaste to you all, and welcome to the most effective personal power program in the country. Welcome, Spooky Little Spirit. Spooky, how was the stream? Talk to me about the stream. Talk to me. Fill me in. Fill me in on the vibe. Because receiving your flock, which I'm happy to receive, but sometimes I do need to adjust a little bit based on the vibe, based on the quality, especially right at the end. Because sometimes they're not good. And I say this as a streamer. Sometimes the streams aren't good, right? They're bad. Sometimes the vibe sucks. Sometimes it's not your fault, but sometimes it is your fault, right? Maybe you're sleepy. Maybe you saw somebody run over a dog in a Walmart parking lot and then not even really stop to check. that stuff's kind of depressing and can lead to a poor performance. Or sometimes your chat just goes absolutely apeshit about a very small change, and they won't shut the fuck up about it for the entire duration of the stream. All of these things can happen. All these things can happen. The stream was fantastic, says Jameson. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Okay, I'm seeing what you're saying. I'm thankful for it. Blessings and namaste to you guys. Well, either way, thank you. Right now we're speaking to Alex, and we're exploring bargain hunting. So, guys, if you're a bargain hunter, I would love to speak to you tonight. We got space for well, we'll see about that. Actually, I was about to pull up the drawbridge, but we'll see. Let's see if we got any energy in this raid or not, huh? Okay, so Alex, continue. So you're saying go, cut out the middleman, get in the trash. Now, have you ever done this, what is referred to as dumpster diving? Have you ever done this?
So, yeah, I have done some of that, yep. And this is kind of touching on, it's a similar thing to what Wiki was getting at, and it's kind of, you're touching on the darker side there.
Ooh, okay. Talk to me about it. The dark, another dark side.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of times you can maybe try to get the stuff that's on top, but you get down in there and you don't know what's going on. There's slime and ooze and who knows what, right? So you're putting yourself in a bit of a situation there, but you get that bug, that itch going, and maybe garage sales aren't working out. You haven't picked up any TVs or nice pieces of cut off wood or something. You might turn to some dumpsters and stuff. And I've found a couple of paintings in dumpsters, but I mean, I found a couple of nice ones too that were all covered with some kind of slime. And it's like, well, that's a shame, And that's also where you get like bed bugs and shit, Guru. Bed bugs.
Bed bugs. Yep. Can we get some ones in the chat? Have you ever had bed bugs, ladies and gentlemen? Let me see some ones in the chat if you've ever had bed bugs. They are stinkers. They are not fun. Quick communal vision from Yep, I Sure Do Like Cats, though, before we continue. Hey, Les, your roommate and I are currently discussing skin undertones. I'm an olive, and she says she's a cool neutral. What do you think yours is? What color are the veins on your wrist? I've got an olive. You can pretty much see on this screen. I've got like an olivey white guy, an olivey white guy skin tone.
An olivey white guy. Yeah, I'd go with that.
Yeah, I got gypsy blood in me.
Gypsy. You know why they say gypsies? Because they thought they were from Egypt for some reason.
I know.
So
well,
like
that's yeah, I know, right? Fun. They thought they were from Egypt. Nobody really knew. They just knew that they didn't fucking want them around. But listen, but not to go down. Let's to save the energy of going down the old Gypsy Boulevard. Let's go ahead and Okay, so if the way you described the run up to dumpster diving, brother, you genuinely sounded. It sounded like drugs. Like, it sounded like a justification for a harder drug a little bit. It's like, because I've heard that almost word for word about like, I was at a party, I had a rough week, I was down, I was trying to get my energy up, the Adderall wasn't working, I drank like most of a 30 rack, I was still just kind of like barely buzzed, so I decided to just go for it, and I started smoking crack.
Well, yeah, you could say that. But there's some, there's still upsides walking around alleys and stuff. You can find pallets that you can take to a campsite and burn for your bonfire, Crack's not got much of a get kind of stuck with that for a while, I think. You know?
Now, you bring up a dark side. So you listen, this is in your family. This is in your blood, right? Looking through trash. And let's say that there's somebody in
we're trash people.
Yeah, I believe you. I believe you. I can, and it's organic in your voice too. I believe you're not trying to put on airs or impress anybody with this stuff. This is truly in your blood. Now, one thing that I do want to ask you is because we got some impressionable people in the chat, right? People like Michaela, who I know for a fact has never, done what you're describing. If you were going to guide them through this experience, what kind of like heads up would you give them about the process of looking through trash in alleys? Would you say warm up to the dumpsters? Would you say just go for it and follow your gut? What would you say to them right now?
That's a good question, Guru. That's a good question. You definitely gonna have to warm up to it a little bit. Okay, take your time. It's like jumping in a pool or something. You want to go in head first necessarily until you know what that feeling is like. People, that's sort of the saying, dip your toe in. Comes from.
Okay. So take your time, ease in, and kind of acclimate yourself to the process. So some things to maybe check out, I would imagine, would be like just the tactile nature of different kinds of garbage, whether there's broken glass involved, maybe the smells, right? Getting used to the smells of an alley and having trash very close to your face. Are these things that you would suggest kind of easing yourself into?
Yeah, if you're starting off, someone like Michaela, you're gonna need you get a painter's mask, which is meant to filter out particulate fumes so you don't overdose on paint fumes when you're painting. Get something like that. Some kitchen gloves, and start off like that. And then, whenever you're walking your dog, instead of walking down the block, just shoot down an alley and take a whiff here and there.
Just smell the trash.
It's gonna be gross, but then you can kind of get used to it, and then before you know, you'll be swimming in dumpsters.
Here we go.
It's
We've
a
got
beautiful thing.
Bad Fraginator offered a suggestion of safety boots and thick gloves. Do you think that's too much, or do you think that's a sound suggestion?
No, it's absolutely sound. It's technically like a biohazard in the dumpsters themselves, so definitely thick gloves. So you don't want to, and also go to like rich neighborhoods where they seem to have I don't know, it's like more organized or something. They have compost and recyclable glass and recyclable plastic, and it's all, I don't know, it's like all laid out and everything.
And generally cleaner.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they have so try, definitely, and also, you're gonna score a TV or something over there too, or, who knows?
Wow.
But you can get little bits and pieces and parts if you're looking to. People throw away pieces of machinery or old. There's gold in a lot of electronics, and if you melt it down in acid and add some chemicals and stir it up, I don't know the process myself, but then you can get gold out of it if you get enough little RAM chips.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It's like a prospector, but even more white trash somehow. Because prospectors like the old timey white trash, but this is a modern version of that.
And I mean, it could be black trash, fucking yellow trash, blue trash.
True. Yeah. That's right. Are you a white guy? Did I profile you correctly?
I am, yeah. Excuse me?
Did I profile you correctly?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, nailed it. Nailed it. Bullseye.
Nailed it. Yep.
I am undefeated, by the way. I have not profiled somebody inaccurately. the entire time I've been on Twitch. Every once in a while I'll take a swing. I got a 1,000 batting average. But listen, Alex, listen, I don't mean to keep you all night. I think you have been more than generous with suggestions and exploring something that's honestly knowing that it's got that family inherited angle to it really adds to the richness of what you offered us. So I really want to thank you for opening up and giving us so much tonight as far as looking through alleys and specifically trash.
Yeah, well, it's an American pastime, and get out there and don't be afraid, guys. Just get out there and do it, and you might just be surprised.
Namaste. Well, namaste to you, Alex. Thanks so much for calling up tonight.
Namaste.
Namaste. Yep, I sure do like cats. Is that who that is? Yeah. You got some kind of attachment disorder, that's for sure. I know you're half white. You mentioned being Puerto Rican. Plus, and then attachment disorder. Okay. Otherwise unspecified. I'm going to have to do a little work to get into the specifics, though, with you. Okay. Namaste, guys. We are heading into the home stretch tonight. Namaste. Wow. There's so many more different ones that show up on the screen than this one, but this one shows up, and I'm thankful. All right, well, next caller, we've got somebody that you recognize, maybe Leslie's best friend, you might say. Caller, welcome back to Explorations with Leslie Tanner. It's Leslie. Go ahead and introduce yourself to chat.
Hey, Leslie, Shrimp Toaster. Am I on?
Shrimp Toaster, you're on, brother. It's great to hear you. How you doing?
Hey, man, you got a new phone system or something?
Yes,
What's
we
going
do.
on? I've been trying to call on the old number, and I'm sitting here like a numbskull trying to figure out why it ain't working no more.
Yeah, brother, it's a totally different system over here now. Totally different system.
Ah, shit. Yeah, man. I'm not good with the technology, so one little thing different, and then I'm over here scratching my head like a numbskull. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny. I can imagine you just kind of scratching your head like a monkey or something like that.
Yeah. I need all the help I can get, Leslie, because I ain't very bright out there nowadays.
Ain't very bright out there nowadays. Speak on that. What do you mean?
Well, just technology, everything's changing so fast, and I'm just old school. I used to watch the TV as a way to keep myself current, up to date with current events. And now at this time, I don't have no TV no more. I ain't got no TV. So now I got to do the internet, and now I'm just doing it all on the internet. I'm learning how to use the internet, and because I ain't got no TV no more. And that's why I stopped following Roseanne Barr, I don't know. I stopped following her completely ever since I got off the TV. I have no idea what she's up to nowadays. But what I always wondered about Roseanne...
Well, she had that really terrific show back in the day. Did you watch that show?
She had a great show, yeah.
And then I
love
think
that show.
I think she called when did she call like black people monkeys or something? I think she said, or did she go full N?
Oh, see, now that's what the people must be talking about. I heard them saying stuff like that, and I said I must have missed something. So
that's a whole chapter.
So you know what happened?
Pretty important chapter. If you're trying to stay up to date on Roseanne Barr, that ended up being a pretty important chapter. A couple years ago, I think afterwards she said that she was all fucked up on sleeping pills when she tweeted all that stuff out. She went she went nuts. I'd love to work with her though. I think she'd be I think the program would really give her life something that I think is missing in my opinion as a therapist.
Yeah, this is a lot. This is a lot to take in suddenly, Leslie. But I respect that you told me the truth. Also, I do want to apologize. About a week ago, I don't know if you remember on my last call, I was raising my voice at you. I mean, to be fair, you were yelling at me too, but we were kind of going at it, Leslie, and I just want to apologize as a man to you. I just want to apologize that we had to take it there and I had to raise my voice at you, and two best friends shouldn't be talking together like that. So I just want to sincerely apologize to best friend Leslie for my behavior in my last call.
I don't even remember exactly what you said that you feel you need to apologize for.
Well, at most of it, now we were bickering about all kinds of shit, but it really got off the rails when you started getting me to say that word. You wanted me to say that N-word, and I refused to say it.
Not the N-word. You said, did you say the N-word? I don't think I'm not trying to get you to say the N-word.
You were trying to get me to say it, and I said I do not want to say it.
Let's be clear about what you mean, because when you say the N-word, that's like a very specific, that conjures a very specific image and sound in people's minds. And what we're speaking about, there's an N-word here that we like to use. It's namaste. It's not the one that you would maybe think when you have to.
Yeah,
you can't just say the word and have to abbreviate it by the first letter of the word.
How else am I supposed to get my point across? I told you before, I do not say that word, and you would not let up. You tried to make me say it over and over again, and I honestly, Leslie, that was unprofessional on your part.
Yeah, listen, no, it's not. It's a very important word here, and again, I'm just gonna have to just really press you on this. Just because you say it. If you could find another way to describe it when you tell this story to other people, I'm not trying to get you to say the N-word on Twitch.tv. I'm trying to get you to say namaste. Maybe say it's the word that rhymes with.
Oh, so start from the back instead of start from the front. So you're going with the rhyme,
or something. Namaste, I'm just trying to think of a way to
rhymes. Yeah, like rhymes with.
We've got a couple communal visions. One, Shrimp Toast sounds like a huge Lord of the Rings film trilogy fan. I can just hear it in his voice. Can he confirm? Sociopathogen. Personally, Shrimp Toast sounds like he's acclimating nicely to Southern culture. Yes, it was. You just responded to 2 communal visions. Oh, Toaster is muted. You've been muted the whole Jazz Express anyway. Yeah, it did just happen. Well, listen, it's going absolutely apeshit over here. Bit Wars gifting 5 community subs. Sociopathogen sharing. Well, no one heard you respond to the communal vision, so it doesn't really count.
Word communal visions in the first place, Leslie Tanner.
Okay, well,
So shame on you for
whatever.
that.
It's good to hear from you, Toaster. And so,
And
how are you
what,
in
you
the
kicking me
bargain?
out?
Are you a bargain hunter?
No, I don't do that. That's just too complicated for me. All those bargain stores, you go in there and there's a bunch of junk laying on the shelves, and it's just like, what? Is this what the kids are buying these days? We gotten to the point in society where children are buying junk off the shelves. Leslie, stop playing your little flute and talk to me like a human. I'm sick of all this. What is it? What are you even playing over there? It's a goddamn. What even is that? What even is that? It looks like one of them things I used to shave my nuts. That's what that looks like, Leslie. That's what that looks like.
That's
right
so
there.
funny.
You got
Keep
your
going.
mouth.
Now that's a funny thing to say. Now you're doing like a comedy thing. That's so fun. Keep going.
Well, no, I don't do comedy. I quit comedy because Toaster quit comedy, and out of respect for Toaster, I decided. Actually, I did have this funny idea that I was thinking about how rattling around in my noggin the other day, and so if I mean, I was trying to like turn it into something like a bit or something like that. But I promised Toaster that I would not do comedy out of respect for Toaster. But like, I don't know, maybe I could just like, kind of just like say it as like a funny idea instead of like a comedy bit. You can just kind of pretend, you know what I'm saying? What do you think about that, Leslie? Leslie.
I wasn't listening at all. I wasn't listening even a small amount to what you were saying. What was it?
I was saying I promised Toaster I wouldn't do comedy out of respect for him because he quit comedy and it would be kind of messed up and rotten if I were to do comedy being Shrimp Toaster and all. But I did admit that I had a funny idea rattling around in my noggin that I wanted to talk about because it got me laughing to myself the more I got to thinking about it. So I could maybe sneak a quick bit in if you promise not to tell Toaster. Leslie.
Yeah, go for it, brother.
All right. You know how you do a little introduction like you used to do for Toaster when he did his comedy, when he did his little comedy act? Could you do that for me?
You bet. Yeah. So Shrimp Toaster. Okay. Hey everybody, welcome on down to the Ha Ha Hot where we're having a comedy night. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to laugh?
Yeah.
I can hear you. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to get that giggle on?
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have such a tremendous treat for you. Coming up next is my best friend, funnily enough, my best friend in the world. You love him. You're going to love him. I love him. He's one of the funniest people in the world. Please join me in welcoming your next comedian to the stage, Shrimp Toaster.
How's everybody doing tonight? We got a lovely audience here. Thank you, Leslie. Can we get a round of applause for Leslie, everybody, for being such a great host and a great streamer and such, and so on and so forth. So let's get a round of applause for Leslie, and for round of applause for Leslie, and a round of applause for Shrimp Toaster at the same time for both of us. So you're applauding for Leslie and Shrimp Toaster with your applause, okay? So great round of applause, great audience, great job, everybody. So I got a little something I've been thinking about. Now this is a work in progress. Keep in mind, and I am not a comedian. I am not a professional comedian like Toaster is. But I was thinking the other day because like I was doing laundry and as I put my clothes away in my drawer, I opened up my drawer and I see a moth on one of my pants. And I was thinking, like, don't moths like eat cloth and shit? Isn't that what they eat? They eat like clothes, and that's what they eat. Isn't that what people say? And you always see moths in like folded up clothes and shit. And I was thinking, like, how do they get their nutrients from that? How does that even work? If that's all they're eating, I don't know. Something I was thinking about. I was like, what? And it was just funny to me. But thanks everybody. Round of applause for Shrimp Toaster and Leslie Tanner. Can we get a huge round of applause from the audience for both of us together? Thank you everybody. That's my time. Thank you, Leslie Tanner. Amen. Amen.
Amen. Namaste.
All right, brother.
All right.
Take it.
Full or sarcastic or something, you know?
Oh my God.